Hey guys, as most of you are probably aware, my 100-game marathon series against the AI-powered ScrabbleBot BestBot came to a conclusion on Monday. So as such, we have a lot to cover in today's video. I want to talk a little bit about the results of that series. I want to announce the winners of the prediction contest I posed to my viewers at the beginning of the series. And last but not least, I want to announce the next major series that's going to be taking place on my channel, which I know a lot of you guys have been asking about for a while, so super pumped for that part and don't go anywhere. But before I jump in, I'd like to first start by giving a big thank you to everybody who watched, commented, and supported on all of my games this series. Really can't thank you guys enough for all of your support and engagement. It's always great to see how much people are enjoying these videos and getting out of them, and I certainly wouldn't be nearly as motivated to keep up with all of these videos if you guys weren't so enthusiastic and engaged. So thank you again so much, and please keep it up going forward. Now, that all being said, as I mentioned before, we have a lot of business to take care of today, so let's go ahead and jump in. I first want to say a little bit about the results of this series. So, as all of you who've been watching are probably aware, I unfortunately did lose this series to BestBot, and the final ended up being 42 wins for me, 58 wins for BestBot, and a fairly large final spread of 2,586 points in favor of BestBot. Now, a little more detail on this. The average score for each game was 408 for me and 434 for BestBot. Now, interestingly, this is pretty low for me because in tournaments I have historically averaged 435 points a game. So BestBot has kept me to 27 points below my competitive average, which is a pretty significant difference. Interestingly though, I held BestBot to 434, which is not all that high. So BestBot against me scored 1 point less than I typically score in tournaments. So some interesting stuff there. Relatively low scoring Scrabble as far as games between top experts are concerned. Now, the high games were 550 for me and much higher, 638 for BestBot. And the low games were 266 for me, which is pretty bad. And there was one game I managed to hold BestBot under 300 where it scored 296 points. Now, what is there to be learned from this? I think the most interesting stat, as I mentioned before, is that BestBot and I both averaged quite a bit less than I would have guessed we would if you forced me to put a number on it at the beginning of the series. And I did notice throughout the series that BestBot tended to play fairly defensively, obviously much more defensively than HastyBot, because HastyBot just plays the top equity move without considering strategy. But there were a lot of positions where BestBot sacrificed a really large amount of equity, probably more than I would have, to play defensively. Now, interestingly, there were also a lot of positions where I felt BestBot was very aggressive when I would not have necessarily been, especially, and I know I commented on this a lot throughout the different games, there were times when BestBot had a lead and it decided to be fairly aggressive and make an opening, which is generally contradictory to typical Scrabble wisdom, where if you have a lead, you usually want to close the board down. So, very interesting to consider all that in the context of the results of this series. And I think the biggest lesson here, guys, or maybe not so much a lesson, but reminder, is that Scrabble is a hard game. And in particular, it's very hard to assess a given position and know how you should play. Should you play aggressively? Should you play defensively? How much should you maybe be willing to sacrifice to play one way or another, depending on the score? Really, every Scrabble position is so specific and depends on the minute details of the position. It's very hard to generalize Scrabble strategy, and while there are good principles that you can and generally should use to guide your decision making, at the end of the day, you really have to have such a deep understanding of the way the game, the board, and the tiles work, and be able to apply that to all of the details of any given position. And at least in this series, it seems that BestBot did a better job than I did. Now, does that mean that BestBot is the best Scrabble player out there, human or bot? I don't know. It might be, it might not be. It's very debatable, and that's what's really cool about Scrabble. Because of the randomness, even with a large sample size, it's hard to know for sure who is the better player. Now, do I think I'm better than BestBot? Honestly, probably not. Do I think I can do better than 42 wins if I did this series again? Maybe so. I guess we'll maybe just have to find out. But for now, let's go back to the beginning of this series and talk about the prediction contest that I posed to my viewers. As a reminder, the rules of this contest were pretty simple. Viewers had to guess within the first 3 games of my series what the final record would be in terms of wins, losses, and point spread. And we got about 100 entries for this contest, which is awesome. So major shout out and thank you to everybody who took the time to submit an entry. But at the end of the day, just like with any contest, there did have to be some winners, and now is the time to announce them. So, like I said before, the actual final result was 42 wins for me, 58 losses, and a point spread of negative 2,586. I'll be announcing the top 5 finishers in this video. Coming in 5th place was Brett MKW, who guessed 43 wins and 57 losses in a spread of negative 800. So 1 win off only, and 1,786 spread points off. Now, there were a lot of really good predictions. As you can see here, guys, all of the top 5 predictors were within 1 win off of the final result. So pretty amazing stuff. In 4th place, another predictor who was 1 win off, Cooper Komatsu 329, who guessed 41 wins, 59 losses, and a spread of negative 1,855. So just like our 5th place finisher, 1 win off, but less spread off, only 731. And now the bronze medalist in 3rd place, also beating 4th place only on spread, was MAS Rock 9203, who predicted 41 and 59 with a point spread of negative 3,111. So our first predictor who actually overestimated how negative the spread would be, interestingly, but beating out Cooper Komatsu 329 by virtue of just a couple hundred spread points, this predictor was 525 spread points off. Now in 2nd place, amazingly, we have yet another predictor who was 1 win off. FAFix 2473, who guessed 41 wins, 59 losses with a final spread of negative 2,250. So 1 win, but only 336 points off. So congratulations to this viewer on 2nd place. Now, our 1st place guesser, guys, was the only one who got the record exactly correct. And the winner is the Vin Petrol, who correctly guessed 42 wins and 58 losses with a spread of negative 800. So 1,786, which is quite a lot of spread points off. But once again, the Vin Petrol, our big winner, was the only predictor who guessed the record exactly correct, earning them the gold medal. So major congratulations. Now, as I did mention at the beginning of this contest, prizes will be going out to the top 3 finishers. That being said, I will be giving the top 3 finishers a week from now. So that is going to be until next Wednesday, May 22nd at 5 o'clock Eastern time to claim their prize. To claim your prize, please email me at macmeller@gmail.com if you are on this list. And I would ask that the 4th and 5th place finishers also email me if they're seeing this video, just to confirm that they're seeing it, because like I said, if one of the top 3 finishers, or multiple of them perhaps, do not get back to me within a week from right now, then I will be giving their prizes to the 4th and 5th place finishers if necessary in that order. So if you see your YouTube screen name, guys, on this screen, please email me and I will get back in touch with you about claiming your prize. So once again, major shout out to all of our top predictors here, as well as to everybody who submitted. Really, really impressed with how accurate some of these predictions were. Also, I'm pretty sure I got it right, but there were quite a lot of comments and predictions to filter through. So if you believe I made an error, if you believe you should be listed here but are not, please get in touch with me ASAP, either in the comment section of this video or by email, and I will make sure to rectify it as quickly as I can. And now, guys, it is time for the final and possibly most anticipated section of this video, where we talk about what is next for Mac's channel. The next big series is going to be 2 different series at the same time. Whoa, this sounds really exciting. What are the 2 series? Series number 1 is going to be a rematch of Mac versus BestBot. Yes, guys, that is exactly right. It is going to be another 100-game series of myself playing the AI-powered Scrabblebot BestBot. I wasn't actually originally planning to do this, but I got so much feedback of viewers who wanted this again, who enjoyed the series so much, that I am very excited to announce it will be back. But that is not all. At the same time that this new series is going on, we are also going to have a Blitz series between myself and the one and only HastyBot. So both of these are going to be going on at the same time. Now you might be wondering, how is this going to work? Well, the way this is going to work, guys, is it's going to be a 50-week marathon. So these 2 series are going to be going on simultaneously for the better part of a year. And on Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, at the usual time I've been posting videos, I will be doing the series against BestBot. So instead of 3 BestBot games a week like I have been doing, there are going to be 2 BestBot games a week. One 20-minute game, just like we've been doing on Mondays and Wednesdays. So 2 games a week for 50 weeks, that is a 100-game series. Now, as for Blitz, things are going to be a little different. We are going to have Blitz on Fridays, which will be a great way to wrap up the week and get ready for the weekend. We're going to have 5 games in each video on Friday, And the way we're going to do this is super cool. We're going to have one 5-minute game, one 4-minute game, one 3-minute game, one 2-minute game, and one 1-minute game each Friday in that order. So things are going to speed up as we go along each Friday. So it's sort of actually going to be 6 Blitz series within one, because we're going to have 50 5-minute games, 4-minute games, 3-minute games, 2-minute games, 1-minute games. So it'll be very interesting to see how I do compared to HastyBot in each of those individual time controls, and also, of course, a larger 250 game series where we tally up the final totals of all the Blitz games between myself and HastyBot. So can't wait for both of these series, guys. I think it's going to be super fun to have the BestBot series return, since I got such great feedback on that and really enjoyed making those videos and analyses so much. And I'm super pumped too for my first official Blitz series against a bot. I've done a lot of Blitz matches against other top experts, which have been super fun, and a couple individual Blitz matches against the bot, but never something as structured and drawn out as this. So really excited to dive into that as well. And I hope you guys are too, because the next series is already starting next week on Monday, May 20th. So I really hope to see all of you guys there, and I really hope you guys are as excited as I am for this. I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome to see both of these going at the same time. So can't wait to hear your thoughts. Can't wait to see you all there. Thank you all so much for your support, and I will see you all very soon for the next video. Can't wait. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.